Justin Trudeau's 10 vacations in 1 year. I'm Brian Lilly with the Rebel.media. Well, as the nation kicked off the 150th birthday celebrations that are Canada 2017, the Prime Minister was nowhere to be found. I know he made an appearance on Rick Mercer's show for New Year's Eve. Yep, that's right, middle of a coast-to-coast showcase of musical acts reigning in the new year, and CBC and Rick Mercer paused to show us our PM playing a trivia game. That's exactly what everyone wants to see at a New Year's party, a politician, the Prime Minister. Well, maybe CBC fans do. But while Trudeau made his appearance at the party, it was, of course, pre-recorded, and he had hightailed it out of Canada long before. At first, his office wouldn't say where. They tried to keep it a secret. Then they relented and they let it be known that Trudeau and family, just like last year, were taking a Christmas break in the Caribbean, this time in the Bahamas. He'd left on Boxing Day. Now, it's not that I begrudge Trudeau a break. We all need a break. It's that I begrudge how many breaks, how many vacations this man takes. Maybe I should be happy about it. If he is on vacation, then he isn't around trying to wreck the place. But Trudeau takes a lot of vacations, and they cost you plenty. Keeping track of all his vacations can be tough, but I do my best, and here's what I have just for the last year. Last Christmas and New Year's, of course, Trudeau and family were in St. Kitts, a virtual tropical paradise. Last winter, Trudeau and family took a ski and snowboard trip to Whistler, another trip to Quebec City for Carnival. Then there was his Easter vacation on Fogo Island, a remote, elite spot in Newfoundland where hotel rooms start at $1,575 a night. There was his famous shirtless photo bombing while taking a surfing trip to Tofino, British Columbia. And now, New Year's 2017 in the Bahamas. On top of all that, we can add in an extra day in Japan, a day off during the middle of a formal trip so the Trudeaus could celebrate their wedding anniversary, which actually happened when they were back in Canada. And of course, we can also add an extra day in New York City so that Trudeau could see the musical Hamilton. Now, before news of the Bahamas trip broke, CBC reported that Trudeau had reimbursed taxpayers for 9 private trips. Add in the Bahamas and he's at 10 vacations. Did you get 10 vacations or private trips last year? I know I didn't. In the past, I've defended taxpayers paying extra for prime ministers to go on vacation. We all get it. The PM has security needs. His security level and requirements are actually set by the RCMP. I get all of the reasons. And I've defended this setup for Stephen Harper. And yes, I've even done the same for Justin Trudeau in the past, but no more. While I understand that it costs more for the PM to travel, you can't just fly coach. I don't understand why this guy needs so many vacations. I think Trudeau's taken more vacations on our dime than Stephen Harper did in his entire time in office. Trudeau, like past prime ministers, does reimburse taxpayers for the equivalent to the economy fare price for private use of the jet that takes him and his families to these various locales. But that's hardly the equivalent to the actual cost of these trips. And no, I'm not just talking about the cost of flying, of operating the jet. On just the St. Kitts trip alone last year, the cost to have his RCMP detail put up at the same ritzy location as Trudeau was $64,000. That's just accommodation and office space that the RCMP needed to do their jobs. The cost to put up the air crew while they were on standby for 9 days, $48,000, or about what the average middle-class Canadian earned while working full-time for an entire year. Trudeau loves to claim he's all about the middle class, but he doesn't act like it. What's middle class about 10 vacations in a year? What is middle class about forcing taxpayers to pick up the tab for your nannies, your security detail, and keeping an air crew on standby for more than a week while you're on yet another vacation? You repeat this process every 6 weeks or so and 10 vacations, and suddenly things are adding up quickly. And did you know that on top of all this, Trudeau has access to and uses a palatial cottage on a secluded lake, the PM's official summer home at Harrington Lake, open year-round in the picturesque Gatineau Hills. This is just the latest example of Trudeau hosing the taxpayers and showing that the Liberal mantra of being entitled to your entitlements still holds true. John F. Kennedy said to the American people, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." Trudeau and his Liberals have reversed that phrase while planting their hand firmly in your pocket. All the better to pick it. Shame on them. If you like the video that you just watched, make sure you never miss a Rebel video again. Click here to subscribe or head on over to the Rebel.media and become a member. Access premium content only available to the cool kids.